Hey folks, Obi from Obi Comfort Solutions. In today's video, we're gonna go over a gas furnace. What's the requirements, what you needed, what kind of permits that you need, what kind of licenses required in Massachusetts to properly install a gas furnace. So let's get started. First of all, let's get started with the parts of the gas furnace and the whole HVAC system. So starting here, you have the ductwork. That's connected to the equipment. This other side here, part of the ductwork, you have the return, which is connected to the filter. So you have an air filter that's installed inside there. This is different air filters. We have different configurations. Could be a 1-inch filter, a 5-inch filter like this one, can be electronic filter. So it's a variety of different filters. But the one in here in the showroom, we have this one, which you call the right angle. And again, you see it's just the filter is installed on that side. The air goes this way and go back inside of the furnace. So this first part is the filter. Then we have in here, which is the fan. This is just a blower that blows the air throughout the system. So the first box, if you imagine this is a separate part, you have the filter here in this box. This bottom part is the blower, is a fan installed inside. And the third part would be this one. This one would be the heating side. This is where the gas is burned and that produces heat. This is this part in here, this box. And then you go over above here, you have this section is we call the evaporator coil. That's the air conditioning part of it. So during the winter, this parts get activated, gets hot, heat up the house. During the summer, these parts get cold and cool the house. Cool, remove humidity and everything else that the air conditioning does. This part in here doesn't work by itself. This part actually, if you follow the line we have in here, this is just an offshore room, but this goes outside of your house, and then you have in here the outdoor unit. That could be just a straight air conditioning, which is more common, but you can have one of those like this one. This is a heat pump. So this unit in here also produces heat, so you can have a hybrid system. A lot of folks have concerns about global warming and cutting down the carbon footprint. That's an option because this system is electric. So if you have a solar panel, if you have, if you're concerned about reducing CO2, a lot of folks are going with this system. This system, what you call the hybrid, because it works with gas and electrical. But going over all the details of the gas furnace. So you got all these different parts in here, and let's go back, go over the trades. What's done? What kind of license and permits that you needed in order to do this work. Sounds like a lot, but in here in Massachusetts, to do the gas, which this is the gas line that goes inside of the furnace, to do this gas line, you have to be a licensed plumber to connect this, to touch this and to connect it inside of the unit. This part in here is the electrical, come out from the wall and is connecting here. Also, to do those connections, have to be a licensed electrician to do the connection. And also you need a gas permit for this and you need an electrical permit for this. Also tied to the gas permit is the venting. So the venting also covered under the gas permit, and this is basically the exhaust. As the furnace burns fuel, we have to have this pipe to exhaust the carbon dioxide and all the products of combustion outside. And this other pipe is the one who brings the air from outside in for combustion. So instead of taking the air from inside of the house, take the air directly from outside. Actually, I put them on the opposite. So this one is the exhaust, and this one in here is the intake. Going back to the permits and license, other thing is this is the ductwork. So in order to do the ductwork in here in Massachusetts, you have to have a sheet metal license and you have to pull a sheet metal permit. So just on this project in here, you need the sheet metal, you need the electrical, you need the gas permit. So all three in order to accomplish this. So to connect the ductwork, supply and return, you need the sheet metal, you need the gas to connect the gas, you need the electrical to connect the electrical. And going back in here, this is the outdoor unit. And to connect the outdoor unit, you need to pull a mechanical permits in some towns. It's not all the towns. Sometimes some towns, if you just do the sheet metal, that will cover the outside unit as well. But some of the other towns, you need to get the mechanical permit to do this. In order to do the outdoor unit, you need to have an EPA certified. The gases in the refrigerant goes in here are harmful for the environment. So the person to know and be able to work with this type of equipment, the minimum requirement is to have EPA certification. That means that he's been trained and he knows how to properly charge, properly dispose, and to avoid any issues with the environment, like letting the refrigerant go or let the refrigerant escape. If it is, what's the ratio, how he handle it. So all this is covered under the EPA certification. And again, outside you have the electrical. That have to be done by a licensed electrician. So if you do this part, you have to be done by a licensed electrician as well. So doing this, if you're just replacing condenser outside, you need the electrical permit and you need the mechanical permit. If you're doing the whole thing, like I said, you need the mechanical permit, electrical, plumbing, and the sheet metal. Going over in here, this unit too, again, it's just one more thing that I didn't cover before. You see this part in here, this is the drain. So the drain, as the air conditioning is working, it's going to remove humidity from your house. And this condensate pump is just to take that condensation and pump that outside of your home. And the same thing with the gas furnace. This is a 96% two-stage gas furnace, and this furnace creates condensation while you're heating during the winter time. So that's why the pipe you see comes out in here for the gas furnace and go directly into the condensate pump. Another thing is, this condensation produced by the gas furnace is very acid, so that's why we have the condensate neutralizer. That is just to make this condensation more base before that goes into the sewer line or even to go outside. That's it for today, folks. So I just want to go over the trades and the different licenses and different permits that are required to install a furnace in Massachusetts. And just save yourself some trouble. Hire a licensed person that can do the work, knows what they're doing, and is there. This is not just because the officials are annoying, or no. This is actually to protect you and your family. So you're going over it again. So what kind of permits you need? You need sheet metal permit, gas permit, electrical permit, and if you're installing the outdoor unit, you also need the mechanical permit and the electrical permit there as well. If you're doing everything together, that can be combined. The electrical can be one single permit that covers the indoor and outdoor unit, and the mechanical permit in some towns, just the sheet metal permit also cover the outdoor unit, but some towns they require both. It's a little bit of gray area there, but that's it for today, folks, and hope you like it. Follow us on social media, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.